Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we explore some problems involving algebraic expression. So in this case here, Mr. Lin is 5 cm taller than his wife. Find Mr. Lin's height if the height of his wife is 160 cm. That is his wife, right? So for part A, it is simply 160. So height of Mr. Lin in this case will be equals to 160 plus 5, 165 cm. As for part B, now the height is no longer 160 but h, and therefore in this case the height of Mr. Lin will therefore be equals to h plus 5 cm. Okay, so you can choose to write in this form. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Alright, for this particular problem, we are going to simplify the following. So, slowly, for part A, then we will have 6h times 3k. 6 times 3 will be equals to 18, followed by my h and k. When we write h times k, we are going to write it as h k. Okay, so that will be the answer for part A. Now for part B, we have 9m divided by 9n. Every time you see a divide, we are going to rewrite this as 9m over 9n. And when there is a common factor 9, we are going to divide by 9 equals to 1, divide by 9 equals to 1. Final answer, m over n. Part C. b times 4. There's only one 4. I'm going to write the 4 in front. As for b times b is b to the power of 2. Alright. Part D, E divided by F times H. When we apply the rules of arithmetic, when we have divide and times, we do from left to yes, right. So for this case, we are going to rewrite it as, for part D, right? Come, let me just draw a straight line. So for part D, you will see Mr. Tan writing E divided by F as E over F. I still need to multiply by G. And at this point, G, I can rewrite G as G over 1 so that I can continue to simplify further. Numerator times numerator will give me E G. Denominator, use another color, red color, then denominator times denominator. F times 1, 1F. Okay? And that will be for part D. For part E, again, when it's multiplied, you will see Mr. Tan doing the coefficient first, meaning 3 times 5, 15. Then Mr. Tan look at the variables. We have p times p times p. So it's p to the power of 3. Very good. And let's move on to part F. F is also Mr. Tan going to apply what you all have just seen. Coefficient times coefficient first. 4 times 5, 20. Then I see a Q times R times Q. So Q times Q. Q to the power of 2. Not forgetting the R. And for part G, I would have divide, plus, and times. So which one should I do first? Yes, I would do the divide first. So you will see S divide by 6. Then plus and times. Which one should I do first? Yes, very good. Then I do the times first, which is 1 times T. T. And at this point, this is good enough. For the last part H, I see a plus and a divide. Which one should I do first? Yes, very good. So you will see Mr. Tan writing U plus. I do the division first. And if I see there's a common factor, in this case it's 3, I divide off. So 6 divided by 3, left 2. 9 divided by 3, left 3. So this one, the final answer will be U plus 2V over 3V. And I am done with this question. Let's move on to the next question. Alright, for this question, let's have a look. We are going to have part A. We must subtract 3m from the quotient of n divided by p. That means n divided by p minus my 3m. Okay, because we are subtracting 3m from the quotient, so it's the quotient minus 3m. Part B, divide the sum of 2t and 3t by v. So I must first have the sum first. So sum is plus, meaning 2t plus 3u. After that, I divide by the whole thing by v. Okay, so that's what it means. And next, for part C, I will have the sum of twice x. Twice of x means 2x. Cube of y means y to the power of 3. And because I want the sum, means I add them up. Okay. For part D, divide the negative of y by the sum of the square of x and the square of a. So I must first look at the square of x is x squared. The square of a is a squared. And because they want the sum, so I must add them up. And I'm going to divide the negative of y negative of y, divide negative of y by the sum. So what does this mean? This means that negative of y divide by the sum of x squared plus a squared. That means the whole thing. And that concludes this question. Let's move on to the next question. Alright, hello everyone. For this question, we are given that the time taken by an aeroplane is 20 minutes more than 1/8 of the time taken by a train. Alright, so later on, we must always add 20 minutes more to the time taken by a train. 1/8 of the time taken by a train, okay? So if we are given that the train is 12 hours for part A. So let's see how are we going to find the time taken by the aeroplane. Time taken, since everything is in hours, right? I am first going to convert 20 minutes to hours. I just need to divide by 60. So that everything is in hours, and this one will be equals to 1/3 hours. Okay? Next. Hour, since it's less than 1. Next would then be, we are given that the time taken by the train is 12 hours and 1/8 of the time. Means later on I will have to 1/8 multiply by the time taken by the train. Then after that, add the 20 minutes more, which is 1/3 hour. Okay, so time taken by the aeroplane is equals to 1/8 multiplied by 12 hours, and after which I need to plus the 20 minutes, which is 1/3, since everything is in hours, and this will be equal to 1/8 times 12 will be equals to, I can divide by 4, left 3, divide by 4, left 2, so it will be 3/2 plus 1/3, and then this will continue to be equals to, going to, the whole thing will be over 6, because I am going to multiply to make them the common denominator, times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, so that it will be 3 times 3, 9/9 plus 2, and this one will be equal to 11/6 hours, which is equals to 1/5/6 hours. Done. For part B, since they now give me T hours instead of 12, I'm going to repeat these steps, but just that now, instead of 12, I'm going to multiply by T, and still plus 1/3. So T will be T/1, so that I will have T/8 plus 1/3. And at this point, this is sufficient. But if you want to continue to simplify it, which I advise you all to, then this one we can actually make them the common denominator. Times 8 times 8 times 3 times 3. So that the final best possible answer will be over 24. 3 times t is 3t plus 1 times 8, 8 hours. Alright, with that, we have come to the end of this question. And let's move on to the next question. Alright, now for this question, we are given this very important expression, 25 minus 4y. And what is this value when they give us the value of y? So for part A, right? Now perhaps it is time for us to see how we could present our answers. Okay, so in this case here, since they give us y is equals to 0, so this y, then we would then have to just write 25 minus 4 bracket 0. Okay, so every time we substitute a value in for the variable, we usually use a bracket to denote that. And therefore, this one will be equals to 25 minus and times 4 times 0. We usually do the times first. So 25 minus 0. 4 times 0 is 0. So final answer, 25. So I'm going to repeat this for the next value that they give me, which is 5 over 2. And this one will be equals to 4 times 5 over 2. This one don't have to show the full set of working. This one will be equals to 10. So that the final answer will be 15. And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are supposed to find the value of y given value of other variables. Okay, so let's start by doing part A and see how do we express the working. So for part A, y is equals to m, and they give us the value of m, which is 4. So 4 times 3 minus 2, and they also give us the value of n, in this case 6. 2 times 6. So we will still have the 4 outside. 3 minus, we will have to do the times first. 2 times 6 is 12. And we do the bracket first. Yes, the parenthesis. So 3 minus 12 will be negative 9. And therefore final answer, positive 4 times negative 9, negative 36. Let's move on to the next question for part A. Done. Let's do the part B. Y is equals to 4 times my D. D is given. Negative 8. So times negative 8. Times again the negative 8 plus 5. So this one, we are going to do what is inside the bracket first. So in this case here, negative 8 plus 5, this will give me negative 3. Then we can simply multiply all together. 4 times negative 8 will be equals to negative 32. Still have to multiply by the negative 3 that we have yet to multiply in. And so the final answer would be negative times negative will be positive. In this case, 96. Okay, now is for part C. So my y again is equals to, they give us the value for p, negative 7. And when there's a negative 7, do take note what Mr. Tan will do. I do need to put a bracket. This is bracket square minus. Q is positive 3. It is the best practice to also put a bracket every time you substitute a value in. And the whole thing divided by 2. So we will do the numerator first. Numerator will be equals to negative 7. Bracket square means negative 7 times negative 7. This will give me 49. 3 times 3 is 9. So this one will give me 9. Over 2. Then we are going to do the numerator first. Okay. And that will be equals to 40 divided by 2. Final answer, 20. Alright. Let's move on to part D. Part D, we are given that y equals to r over s. And the r over s again, they give us a value. R is 6. S is negative 3. So I will have 6 divided by negative 3 plus S over R. So is negative 3 divided by 6. So we do the division first, okay? So 6 divided by negative 3. This will give me negative 2. Negative 3 divided by 6. This will give me, so this will give me negative 1 over 2. And so I will have negative 2. Plus and minus will be equals to minus. So 1 over 2, and therefore final answer, negative 2.5. Okay? Or you can just leave it as negative 2.5. That works as well. Both are equivalent values. And let's look at part E. So my y will be equals to 1 over e power 3, and the e power 3 they have given us as 2. So I will have, you will see Mr. Tan writing 2 to the power of 3 minus 1, and 2 power 3 will be equals to 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 1. So final answer, 1 over 7. Okay. And we shall continue F, G, and H in another slide. Okay. Alright. And for part F, now we are at part F already. Okay. So I'm going to just draw a line. So for part F, y is equals to, the value of f is given, negative 1. So I will have 3 times negative 1 plus 4. Whole thing over 5 times negative 1 minus 2. Every time we substitute a value in, we do put a bracket. We use bracket, okay? And let's continue to simplify this. So for this, right, I would then have 3 times negative 1, negative 3, plus 4 over 5 times negative 1 will be negative 5, minus 2. Then we are going to do the numerator and the denominator first. Okay, so this will give me positive 1. This will give me negative 7. So final answer, 1 divided by negative 7, negative 1 over 7. And for part G, y is equals to u times v square. So u will be negative 2. And the v is negative 9. Do take note. Negative 9 bracket square. And this one is simply negative 2 times negative 9 times negative 9. Okay. You will see Mr. Tan writing this down first. I will have negative 2. Negative 9 times negative 9. Positive 81. Okay. This is positive 81. And after which, we continue to multiply. And that will give us negative 162. And let's take a look at the last part of this question, part H. So for part H, y will be equals to tx squared, where we are given t. 4, x is 2. So tx bracket square, I will have 4 times 2. 4 times 2 bracket square over 3t minus 5x. So it's 3, t is 4, minus 5 times 2. And we do the numerator and the denominator separately. So on top, we will then have 4 times 2, 8 square. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 2 is 10. We do the times first, remember? And finally, 8 square is 64. 12 minus 2 is 10. So final answer, 32. Okay, and that completes this question. Let's move on to the next problem. Hello everyone, for this particular question, Mr. Tan wants to go to a movie with his friend and he has 2 tickets. Find the amount he has to pay for the tickets if he has 5 family members and each ticket costs $11. So since he already has 2 free tickets, means that he don't need to pay for these 2. Altogether there are 5, meaning the number of tickets that he has to buy will be equals to 5 minus 2 equals to 3 tickets he has to buy, and each ticket costs $11. And so the amount of money that he has to pay in this case will be 3 multiplied by $11, $33. Okay. And for part B, though something changed. Now there are n number of family members, so repeating number of tickets that he has to pay now. Instead of 5 minus 2, previously is 5, right? Now instead of 5, we know that it is n number, so you will see Mr. Tan writing as an n minus the 2. And so the amount of money now will be equals to n minus 2 multiplied by not 11 because the ticket price now is P, so multiplied by P. And when we do multiplication, we can also rewrite this as P times n minus 2. The value is the same, and therefore final answer you can just write it as P bracket n minus 2. This is okay. You can also expand and simplify as well to give P n minus 2P. This is also acceptable. Alright, let's move on to the next question. Alright, let's find the value of B square minus 4AC. Sorry. When we are given the values for all the variables, so this is pretty straightforward. All we have to do is to substitute the value in. So in this case here, my A will be equals to 1, B equals to negative 5, C equals to 3. So every time you substitute a value in, do make sure to put a bracket. 4 times A. So if I have my B, I also have my A and my C. So my A will be 1, C will be 3. Okay, so this will be equals to negative 5 times negative 5, 25 positive. 4 times 1 times 3, you can do this collectively, 12. So the final answer is 13 for part A. Part B, we are going to replicate what we have just done for part A, just that the numbers are different. Okay, so I will have 7 bracket square minus my 4A, which is negative 2, and my C is 3/4. And you will have 7 times 7, 49. 4 times negative 2 times 3/4. This one will actually give me a value of negative 6. So this one requires further working, because I do see a minus negative is the same as addition, and therefore this one will be 55. And let's move on to the next question. Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we will then explore the following. We are given the expression here, and we now need to find the value of Z. Let me just... Okay, the value of Z. When we are given the following, we are given the value for K. K is negative 2, so I'm going to substitute K as negative 2. T is 5, so I'm going to multiply by T also, 5. And N is 4. So the power is 4 minus 1. And in such cases, what should we do first? Actually, we should consider this first. 4 minus 1. So I will have negative 2, 5, to the power of 3, because then that will help us to decide then, hey, 5 power 3 is 5 times 5 times 5. We do that first. 125. So I repeat, 5 power 3 is equals to 125. And we would then get the final answer, negative 250. And we are done with this problem. So if you like this video and this channel, do remember to subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.